Now, did this make, in a sense, a major difference as far as your real dedication to continue your writing? Would you have considered not writing without some of these encouragements?
Oh no, you don't write for prizes. You write because this is the way you are most alive, the way you feel that you can be most effective in confronting life and society and yourself even. So they are the cream that comes. But I'm not knocking it. I'm very proud of it. Indeed, today the National Book Award is a cash sum of $1,000. In my day, it was a gold medal, and I'm very proud of the medal because once in a while now I can make $1,000, but I can't pick up another one of those
Well, now
medallions.
the critics were kind to you in a sense from the very first, weren't they?
Well, they were kind. Some were not. One very widely syndicated literary columnist described my book as a literary race riot. There were a few others who were short-sighted in their descriptions of the book, but what can you do? I don't fault them, but they didn't quite understand what was going on. Sometimes the fact that my racial identity was more important than what I was writing about or how I managed to write it. But generally, the reviews were perceptive. And incidentally, some of the most perceptive reviews that I received were written by women. And they were women writing for papers in the South. And they were white.
How do you account for this then?
Well, I don't account for it except there's no way of deciding where intelligence is going to show up in the United States. And we do know that we've been teaching literature in our colleges and writing and courses in criticism. And so the people go wherever they came from, or they go wherever they can get jobs. And so you must always be alert and always be at your best because you don't know who is giving you the eye.
Now, do you do any work as far as a critic at all?
Well, my book of essays, Shadow and Act, is a book of criticism for the most part. They are mainly cultural criticism concerned with various books, jazz, various intellectual problems. I don't call myself a critic, but I do function critically. I do have some familiarity with the game. And I think criticism for writers, so-called creative writers, is one part of the creative process. You project, and then you look at what you project. You see whether it's working. You identify where it's going. It's a two-way process. But I prefer just to try to write my own stuff and leave the criticism to other people.